Welcome to Science's Bedroom, and this is the first reaction that we'll be showing under the banner of organic reactions, organic chemical reactions. The first reaction is named acetylene condensation. So let's get into it. This series will mainly focus on short revision notes and some very important details within the short revision notes which you need to know and need to remember in order to get good marks in your exams, be it subjective or objective. The series also shows like the mechanisms as well as examples and some very important points about each and every reaction, and we'll be going according to an alphabetical order. So let's get into it. As you can watch from the very first slide that is being provided to you, that when carboxylic acid esters are refluxed with metallic sodium in aprotic solvents are basically solvents which do not have acidic or basic counterparts, such as ether, benzene, toluene, xylene. These are all aprotic solvents. Then alpha hydroxy ketones are formed, which are called acetylones. The general reaction format includes this. You can watch that first, when we are taking the carboxylic acid esters, we are giving it in a solution of sodium and xylene or toluene, and then we are getting this diketone form, and we are exposing it to sodium, raw sodium, and it's basically forming this conjugate part, which when exposed to acetic acid gives the acetylene. As you can also watch that the yield of acetylene is good when this R is an alkyl group and not a hydrogen group. R can also be a hydrogen group in this case, but the yield is much better when it's an alkyl group. And with diesters, if diesters are used, then cycles will be formed. So these are the first set of which are required. Now heading on to the mechanism, this basically is the mechanism. The two esters on exposure to sodium, they form this ionic part, this ionic counterpart in each ester, and then what happens, this electron pair, or just the electron gets donated in a form of a bond, and the ester part gets removed. And when we remove that ester part reacted with sodium, two parts of it, then we get the diketone, which when exposed with sodium again forms a ionic counterpart, which when again exposed to acetic acid, the sodium and OH will get removed as sodium hydroxide, and then the H part will get added here, and the this lone pair will get donated here, while this double bond, one of the bonds, the pi bond rather, will shift here. Then it will form the required acetylene. This arrow here basically means that the forward reaction is more efficient than the backward reaction. This is nothing like, it has a slight difference with these arrows. Actually these arrows means it's nearly 100% the forward reaction, but in this case it's probably 80 to 20%, like 80-20 ratio. Here are some examples for acetylene condensation. The first one is rather simple, like in the place of R we have CH3, and on doing acetylene condensation it becomes this acetylene. The second example is rather a complex one, and it's actually one of the many uses of this condensation reaction to form this particular product, which is called catenane. It's used in a lot of industrial functions, and this is the total complex, the structure. And when exposed to the acyloin condensation, it will become the respective acyloin as well as 1 to 2% of catenane. So this was all about acyloin condensation as a revision note. Hope you liked it, and I'll continue this series for a long period of time over a lot of reactions. So be tuned for more. Do like and share the video if you find it useful, and do subscribe if you're new to the channel. Goodbye.